What is going on out there, peeps? All right, I want to do a little bit of an update on the video I posted yesterday on behalf of Will and his family. We're going to go through the comments so I can show the world just how great you guys are. I really do appreciate all that you do. And yeah, lots of comments from the women on my father. He was a very handsome man. I appreciate that. Very, very proud Marine, that's for sure. All right, I posted up this video. You guys know about this for Will and his family. Let me fast forward over here so you kind of see, and there they are. All right, told you this story. If you haven't heard it, come on over here and check it out. So I want to go through these comments because I do want to respond. I really do appreciate it. But before we do, look where we are, you guys. It's about an additional $3,000, and every little bit counts since I donated. 76 other people have donated behind me. Thank you, everyone who could. I really do appreciate it. And I know Will's family does as well. So I went through here. Which one did I go through? This one right here. So anyways, I want to say this. It says around the 13th minute mark, when you're talking about change, I started thinking about Wayne's World when Garth was hitting that mechanical hand with a hammer and said, "We fear change." That's funny because I do remember that. And then everyone's looking at him like he was crazy. It may sound funny, and it is, but that is an accurate description of what a lot of veterans suffered from PTSD. Now, I told you my father suffered from PTSD. And he can get irritable. Now, over time, he learned to live with it a little bit, but he never got over it. I told everybody, look, I miss my father. He died in 2013. But I got lucky. My father did an interview for the Veterans Administration. And I can always go to that website anytime I want to listen to him. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. But you're going to see a quick demonstration, a quick one, of him still, after all these years, having PTSD affect him. Just listen.
I am interviewing Luther Lee Freeman. His birth date is March 13th, 1945. He is a veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps. He served from April 1962 through August 1966. His highest rank achieved was Sergeant E5. He was in the 1st Recon Battalion, and he served during the Vietnam War. Also present at this interview is my friend Ben Teal. And that is how I came to be Mr. Freeman's interviewer, because Ben and I are good friends, and he and Mr. Freeman.
You'll hear like a small thing, and then you understand why.
VFW post in Sonora, California, and it is there at the VFW post that we are conducting this interview. And with that, we will start the interview. So, Mr. Freeman, were you drafted? Did you enlist?
No, ma'am, I enlisted.
And why?
Well, I got a little tired of school, so when I got my, oh man, okay.
That simple phone call in the middle of my dad starting a sentence. You see what it does? Trust me, that's him responding in a mellow fashion. It didn't take much. You could see that some things can trigger him. All that was a simple phone call in the back. It's very minor, but this is what I'm talking about, is after all these years, there was like little things that still would bother him. So I'll play it one more time so you can hear.
Well, I got a little tired of school, so when I got my, oh man, okay, when I, hold on. bothers me.
Oh, do you want me to turn off?
Yeah.
I'll turn off the tape for a minute because the phone rang. Okay, I'm turning the tape back on.
I know it's not much, but that's a small example of what I'm talking about. Some people are like, well, it's a phone call. No, you don't get it. It throws my father's complete train of thought off because I'm sure, because I know, what's going through his head is somebody, he wants to cuss the phone out and go, somebody turn off the effing phone if you don't get up and rip it out of the wall himself. So as I'm hearing this interview, as soon as I heard that, yeah, I knew. So my father was able to deal with it as he got older, but it took him a long time, a very long time. I just wanted to share that brief moment with you because people do ask about the PTSD. You know, they're saying, wow. You'll see in the comments one person brings it up. We'll get to it. When I was about 9 years old in California, my parents had a hard time financially because work was very slow. Thankfully, they had family for help. It's a scary thing for kids to see their parents worry, but say that it's okay. It's when you're a child, there's this it can make you feel helpless because you're not sure what you should do, you're not sure what you can do, and you can sometimes see it in her face, uncertainty, which you don't know what that really means as a child. When you get older, of course, you deal with it differently. But my father would sit at the kitchen table for most of those nights. He came through, he always does, but this vision that my brother and I have of my father, he's such a solid, sturdy person. And when I got into my early 20s, I had made a really, really stupid choice that got me into trouble. And so I was tossed in jail. I remember sitting in jail, actually it was prison, and having a guard of all damn people come and get me. And he said, your mother is on the phone. I said, my mother? Okay, no big deal. So when I got on the phone, it was my stepmother. When she heard that I got on the phone, she put my father on the phone. He just was checking on me, making sure that I was okay. I told him it sucked, but I was fine. I'd be okay. He said, all right. That's really all I had to say. Of course, my stepmother I talked to much more longer. My brother was there. We didn't have a chance to talk. I got off the phone. Years later, I was talking to my brother. He said, Dad is a toughie. You've only ever seen him cry once. I said, Dad's never cried. He goes, yeah, he did. I said, you're full of shit. He says, yeah, I saw Dad cry. I said, when did you ever see Dad cry? He said, when he went to jail. And he talked to him on the phone. Brothers sometimes suck, if you get my drift. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. You want to talk about feeling like crap? Brad said, I've never seen Dad cry in his life, except for once. And it's because of you. Well, I was a much better son after that. Anyways, I'll show you the recording to show you, because some people think that PTSD is one of those things you just get over. Some people can, and some people can't. When we could get my father to talk about the Vietnam War, it wasn't easy for him. He would tell some stories that were a little funny, but he would also, from time to time, tell us a dark story that would blow your effing mind. And I'll share one with you. On my father's toes, on his big toe, he has like this really tiny baby toenail. It just doesn't fit. It looks like something that belongs on a baby. I was like, what the hell's wrong with your toenail? He said, that's where I got shot. I said, you got shot in Vietnam? He goes, yeah. He says, I was sleeping in a damn foxhole with my feet hanging out. I got shot in the toe. I said, yeah? You can see he looked disturbed about the story. He kind of chuckled a little bit about the toe. But I kept looking at him for more details. Like, well, what happened? And he was like sitting there quietly. He goes, well, it's an unfortunate thing. And I said, well, what happened? Of course, you're going to pop up and see what the hell is going on. Dad said the Vietnam, what they used to, the Viet Cong, what they used to do is make kids grab guns and shoot. When he popped up, this kid was shooting at him, had him pinned down pretty damn good. I was like, a kid. He's like, a kid. I said, when we say kid, how old was the kid about? He goes, I don't know. 11, 12, 13, I think. I said, what'd you do? Shot him. He was going to kill me. I couldn't even imagine being in a predicament where you have no other choice. He said they used to do this. This is the kind of crap they would pull in some villages. He says them little kids sometimes would come where we were on the base. They would do like laundry and shopping and all this kind of stuff for us. He goes, yeah, sometimes they throw grenades at you. Kids would do this to you. Now I can understand why my father was pretty screwed up sometimes. I couldn't even begin to. I had my own issue when I was in the military. So some things I could relate to my father about, but shooting kids, no, I can't understand that. I mean, I can understand what he's saying, but that must be hard on any human being to feel like you have no choice. Now, I know that sounds like a screwed up story to tell, but I'm trying to make you understand that this guilt, this drama was living in my father's head for freaking decades. He would go about a normal life, but every now and then you could see some memory somehow one way popped into his head one way or another. Now in the interview, you'll hear that my father's was around the time when the Special Forces or the SEALs started developing around that time. So there was a lot of training. My father was chosen for recon because he was an expert swimmer. I used to have pictures. My dad was such a crazy man. When he was in Hawaii, the water was so clear. My father thought it was cool to swim with hammerhead sharks. There's pictures of him holding onto the fins and swimming around like a school of them. He didn't care. He'd drink beer, go out there, swim with the sharks. His friends thought he was crazy. My father just said there's nothing to fear. He didn't care. That made my father a prime candidate for Special Forces, I guess. He loved you and the rest of the family. He dealt with a bunch. Yeah, he did. Most men did not know how to show love. My father, from time to time, you would see it in his own way. I guess the best way to put it, my father would show love the best way, the only way he could. You know, he would say it every blue moon, which you could see him struggle with it. You know what I mean? I could tell you the day my father found out he had cancer and didn't say anything to me. Not that he had it, but it was something that he said. I went out drinking. It was me, and at the time, I had my girlfriend that was with me. Her name's Kat. We call her the Queen. It was me, her, and my dad. I don't know why my dad was being insistent on us going. So we went to our local casino. We're up at the top drinking beer or having drinks. Kat went to the bathroom, and I get to see something was on my dad's mind. I said, what? He said, I've been thinking. Okay. He said, I wish I could have been a better father to you. What? Pissed me off. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? I couldn't ask for a better father. My father taught me how to drive, fish, hunt, shoot guns the right way. By the time I was 11, I was already considered a marksman. I was vicious with a gun. I can hit your ass a mile and a half away with the right gun and do it accurately. So I didn't understand what my father, where he was coming from at that moment. And I told him, look, I had a great dad. He didn't always make wise parent decisions, but to me, I had a lot of fun with my father. He was my best friend. It wasn't until later that I realized why that was on his mind. It's because he had a doctor's appointment earlier that day. And I'm sure that at that time they must have told him he had the cancer. He just didn't mention it. For my father to say such a, to me at the time, was a stupid thing. I was pissed. I mean, like, pissed off. Because I didn't want that thought to be in my father's head. I was like, no. And so I was angry at the time, but he started being silly and we started drinking and laughing like we always had. I used to hang around with my father and drink in bars by the time I was 13, 14 years old. I looked much older, but his friends were the bar owners. Back then, even as the cops came in, most every single cop knew my father. What were they going to do? So at a very young age, I learned to drink modestly. I wouldn't be like a stupid teen in there slamming drinks and fumbling everywhere. So when I used to go out with my friends as a teenager, they'd get drunk. I'd be like, yeah, that's not me. I couldn't drink until I looked like an idiot. Don't get me wrong, I had idiot times, let's be honest. But I was very mature about drinking at a very young age. So I know that sounds terrible, but hanging out and shooting the shit and having drinks with my father at a damn bar is some of the best memories I have. We used to play pool against each other, darts. So yeah, I mean, that's what I mean by that. Give up a cup of coffee a day for a wounded vet. Yeah, I agree, man. This coffee is like $5 damn now. Thank God I drink my hemp infused coffee from Hemp Works. I'm so addicted to that crap. I love that coffee for it being instant. You say he wasn't a great parent, but he must have done something right. Look at you. Well, I really do appreciate that. I don't want people to misunderstand what I'm saying. If my father tried to raise a kid the way he raised me these days, God only knows what they would have done to him. You know what I mean? I do appreciate the kind words. I am a better man because of my father. That's for sure. Pimpy, you need to put a contact for your new website, a help page. I have to look into doing that. That's interesting, though. I don't know how much I can customize it, but I'll look into it. Sorry about your father, Pimpy. I lost my older brother to cancer, a non-vet also, and a Marine as well. He left just a few weeks before Trump took office. Damn, I miss that dude. Yeah, I feel for you, my brother. Time flies by. We are with you, Pimpy. Thank you. I keep telling the world that I have the greatest subscribers. And even so, I even got the greatest trolls in here. So, Pimpy, I'm glad that you shared this. I took action and shared it too. You know, a lot of people share this far and wide. I do share it. Like I was saying, I got 73,000 subscribers. I don't know how many of them actually watch every day, but they're there. And I said, hell, if everybody just gave $1, we'd be halfway through the issue. Give $2, we'd solve the problem altogether. And I gave 150, and I do understand. There's no pressure, you guys. It's just if you can. Times are tough. I truly do understand that. If you can, I appreciate it. If you can, I understand it. Methinks Pimpy, it's priceless moments we treasure most. Thoughts and prayers to Will's family. Let hope float like a silver balloon to the moon. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's crazy because when you lose somebody that you love, it's like these little things, like, crazy, funny little things. I remember coming home with my father one time in his truck. And been drinking. And a nice 4x4 truck drove by, and I said, man, them 4x4s are really nice. He goes, what do you mean? This is a 4x4. And I said, the hell are you talking about? This is not a 4x4 truck. It's a truck. It's not a 4x4. My father said, bullshit. Let me show you. There was a wooden post, barbed wire fence separating us from the road in this damn field. Father just ripped right through the damn barbed wire fence, took us out there, we're hopping around, the truck's bouncing everywhere. My head slamming against the damn top of the truck, bouncing side to side, head smacking up against the side of the window. I mean, I'm just laughing my ass off. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Took down from across the field, and on the other side just went through the fence. And he goes, see, it's a 4x4. The stupid little things. Your father sounds like most dads at the time they went to war. Anybody that had a parent that went to Vietnam and suffers from PTSD, how it doesn't even have to be in Vietnam, any war. Will wasn't in Vietnam. He suffers from PTSD. Then you understand what I'm trying to say. And you can understand why Will's story touches me. So the least I can do is bring it to your attention and hope that you guys have discretionary funds that you don't mind parting with. I understand you have your own family. I understand times are really tough right now, you guys. But I'm just saying, for those of you who can. I live on $800 a month. I just donated 10. His family needs it more than I do. See, Sonny, that's what I'm talking about. I remember when I was first talking about silver a while back. And I told everybody, look, man, do a yard sale, do part-time job, give up coffee, give up, and somebody posted in there, I gave up vaping. That's $40 a week that I took from buying vaping and started buying silver with it. He said, Hal, I'll be much healthier now, plus I'll have silver. That's what I'm talking about. Making those tiny little sacrifices when and if you can. Look, I'm not going to go down all the comments. I can say that most every single one of them, actually every single one of them, I want to say, were positive, well-wishing posts. I do have the greatest subscribers in the world. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to God. I'm grateful to you. So thank you guys. Okay, that's it for now. Hit the thumbs up button, would you? I'll catch you later. I'm out.